Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and the Biscuit done signed a contract to do something different for a day.
I just say that the Biscuits have got new microphones.
Ooh! We are making changes here slowly.
I know, it's super exciting.
Do you like that?
I do. It's
Are you impressed?
Yeah, we're moving on up, baby.
Well, this is the first time we're recording opposite each other.
I know, it feels weird.
Why do you think it's weird?
I have to look at you.
Does it feel... What? Is it more like a job interview now?
A little bit.
Oh. And what can you bring to the table?
I can't show you right now. I will dance it for you. Interpretive dance.
By the Pied Piper style. Season 5, we're going to be filming them, so we're making small steps into that arena.
We are, oh my god.
But until then, you're going to have to just imagine what we look like. Or just...
Or you might already know.
You might already know. Yeah, I'm excited to have these mics. I feel hands-free.
You are hands-free. I can see your hands.
Ooh.
Give me hands where I can see them.
Give me the hands. This is the 4th Shrek movie. How do you feel?
It's wank.
And that's the end of this episode. Woo! What? Okay.
Do you know what? To be fair, if you're going to end it on a film that feels more like the Shrek franchise...
Yeah.
That feels more like it. It would still have been a poor entry after number 2, but...
we said as a species, we've peaked.
Yeah, so it was never going to be as good as 2, but it would have felt better ending there, as opposed to the absolute god-awful bollocks we got.
I don't know why this film exists.
I don't. Maybe Pixar. Maybe DreamWorks just needed some money.
It could be. I think it's a bit of the reception to Shrek the Third wasn't great. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a sort of, redemption for them?
I mean, this feels really well made.
Well, we'll talk about it, because you've been on Animation Watch this entire time.
Animation Watch!
Animation Watch! Did you see this one at the cinema?
No.
Why?
I watched it on pirate copy.
What? You're going to play that freaking music.
You wouldn't steal a car.
You wouldn't download a car.
I think somebody had it at my work, and they were like, oh, here you go, it's on disc. And it was crap.
Oh.
But it was also a crap copy.
It was a crap copy, and you don't enjoy this movie.
Don't get me in trouble. I don't put any of this on.
Well, this is our full address. It's in the. Why don't you like this one?
I've only ever seen it once.
Was that one pirate copy time?
Yeah.
Yar.
Yar.
Okay. Yar. Okay.
And do you know what? Watching it back now, I think I might have been a bit unfair with it.
I think you've been quite harsh with it.
It's still not a film I particularly like, though.
No. But I think it's a vast improvement.
It's a vast improvement, and it ties up everything quite nicely, but it's still not what I expect from the Shrek films, really.
I see what you mean. We'll talk about it. About it. This came out in 2010, so there's been 3 years between basically each Shrek movie until Shrek 5.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel old? Are you growing with these characters?
I don't really care about them, I'm not going to lie.
Okay. So are these characters you can relate to? Are these characters you enjoy spending time with?
To be honest, because we've followed it from the first movie, it's still the characters that we know and love. We've already said this about Fiona. It feels like from the first film to this one, she's completely changed. Mm-hmm. She's fallen more into that kind of mother role, which I think you naturally do.
Yeah.
I mean, girlhood.
Yeah.
I think of my friends who were all sassy. We always go out into the town,
and they've calmed down a bit.
Riot, and then they've grown up and they've met people and they've got families and stuff. And you calm down, you become a bit more mild. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what Fiona's done. She's not quite as sassy as she used to be.
Okay.
And I do miss that a little bit about her, and we do get some of that back in this film. Mm-hmm. But problem is with this one is that she's bitter and she's sad. I
see what you mean. Do you like that this one is doing a bit of a multiversal thing?
Yes. This was the multiverse before all the multiverses.
This MCU, this Shrek-CU'd before.
I know, before the MCU kept going, we could keep doing it again, and again, and again.
Yeah, we can do what we want, because nothing matters. This is all multiverse. Good times. This has the same director as Kung Fu Panda 4.
I've not seen any of the Kung Fu Panda films. Are they good?
Yes, very good. DreamWorks are quite good at stuff. Sometimes.
Sometimes they get it right.
The same director as Sky High. How does that make you feel?
Never seen Sky High.
I thought you would have seen Sky High.
Yeah, my sister liked Sky High. Has that got Kurt Russell in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my sister liked that.
Of course she does. But everyone's back. Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, Eddie Murphy, Antonio Banderas.
He's your favourite, isn't he?
Let me tell you for a fact, every time he rocked up on screen, that's a good time for me. I think there is a turning point in this movie And I thought this about the second Shrek as well. Mm-hmm. Once Puss in Boots rocks up, it's a better time.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's great.
Yeah.
When we get his character on screen. And really funny, guys, whenever we've watched Shrek, our cat has not been that interested until Puss in Boots shows up. And then she keeps standing all in the way of the screen. She was being particularly annoying tonight because she kept wanting to like sit right in front of it.
She's so annoying. She's in the room now.
And she's like, Puss in Boots!
Yeah. Hi, Luna.
Hi, sweetheart. But yeah, no, so our cat quite enjoyed watching these films. So it's cat approved.
Oh, yeah, great. Good.
Whereas she didn't like actually watching the actual cats.
Like I said, you've been on Animation Watch. Mm-hmm. How much difference is there?
It's massive.
It's vast, isn't it?
It's so much smoother.
Uh-huh.
And I think as well, when we think about the trailer that we've had for Shrek 5,
yes,
you can see where the animation's gone. You can see how it's progressed from the first one up until the fifth one. However, I think so many people romanticise the first film and the memories they have around it. They've got that nostalgia. When you look at 5 compared to 1, it feels so vastly different.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't feel completely too far away from 4.
The problem is, though, I think we've said it before, we'll say it again, they go in a Puss in Boots way with it. Mm-hmm. So you have to change the look slightly to match that animation style.
Yeah.
I like that animation style. I think it'll work. I hope it'll work. Because Puss in Boots slapped. Puss in Boots' Last Wish slaps more than 2 of these Shrek movies. It's important to know. That
no one was expecting Last Wish to be as good as it was. It had no right being as good as it was.
It had no right to be one of the best films that year. Probably one of the best films ever made.
Maybe not quite that far.
One of the best films to feature a cat in shoes.
Fancy Feline.
Yeah, it's better than cats.
You don't believe that. Skimbleshanks is your boy.
He's my boy.
He's also a ginger cat.
Now, he is a ginger cat, isn't he? Yeah. Maybe it's something
Maybe
in the water.
we need an orange cat.
We don't need another cat.
We do. We always need another cat.
Do you like... Well, okay, first of all, I need you to do your little brief summary of the tale of Rumpelstiltskin. Because...
Oh my God.
Because I was unfamiliar... I've always been unfamiliar with it. I don't know why. It's never one that crops up.
You never really see it a lot. Like, for example, Disney have never really picked it up and made films about it or anything like that.
I think there's bits of it they've picked up.
Yeah, but you've never seen anything where it's followed the full story.
The Rumpelstiltskin, yeah.
So the only thing that's felt more recent with Rumpelstiltskin has been Once.
The TV show.
Well, so who's that man from that film that you were dancing to the other day?
The Full Monty.
Yeah, who's
Robert Carlyle.
Yeah, he plays Rumpelstiltskin in that.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's quite sexy, and he shouldn't be.
Is he sexy in this one?
No.
Yeah, whatever.
No, those wigs, man.
The good wigs.
Get me my angry wig. Oh.
Yeah, so what's the rundown on old Rumpelstilts?
No worries. So, a poor miller gives his daughter over to the king, and he tells a lie that she can spin straw into gold. So the king puts her in a dungeon with loads of straw and says, well, do it, otherwise you're dead in the morning. Rumpelstiltskin turns up, says, I can do it for you, in exchange for your ring. So she gives him her ring, and then... and then he does it for her. King gets there, like, oh my God! Second night, he says the same thing, puts her in a room with more straw, and says, do it again.
Okay.
Rumpelstiltskin turns up and says, well, what have you got for me now? She's like, oh, you can have my bracelet. So she gives over the bracelet, and he does it again. The third night, the king does it again, fills a massive hall full of straw, and says, if you do it by the morning, I'm going to marry you. Mm-hmm. So Rumpelstiltskin turns up, she's got nothing else to give. Bless her.
Okay.
She's not going to throw us something.
Take my hands.
Take a poor sinner's hand. Yeah. So he says, okay, I want your firstborn child. So she's like, oh, all right.
That seems like a very drastic escalation.
Yeah.
From, what jewellery have you got? Oh, okay. Well, firstborn child. Fuck it.
Yeah, I want your firstborn child. Maybe that was always his end game. Who knows? It's never really told from his story, James.
Is it a grim one?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
Well, lo and behold, he does it. King gets all excited. He marries the miller's daughter. Mm-hmm. She has a baby. Rumpelstiltskin turns up to basically collect his debt. Mm-hmm. She gets all upset, doesn't want to be parted from her child. Mm-hmm. So he says, okay, I'll give you 3 days to guess my name. So everybody in the land all comes up with all these exciting different names. No one guesses it. On the second day, he's so excited because he thinks, I'm so close. I've got to the end. He's overheard singing in the woods and he says his own fucking name.
What song would he be singing?
Do you know what? I used to fucking know it. Because
what do you mean?
It's all right. I remember I had the book growing up I just remember my sister just being a twat.
Old Rumpelstilts.
Oh, Rumpelstilts.
Yeah.
So when he comes back on the third day, the old miller's daughter, she goes through the names and she guesses right. Rumpelstiltskin gets so angry, he smashes his way through the floor and I think something hits him and he dies. It's very Coco. He gets hit by a bell.
Oh my.
No, so I think he stomps through the floor and he dies or gets crushed. Either way, he gone.
Okay.
And she gets everything she fucking wanted.
So she keeps her firstborn child?
Yeah.
Right.
Because ultimately he plays a trick on the end saying, oh, I'll give you 3 days to guess my name, and she does it.
What is the moral of the story?
Don't be a dickhead. Don't be overly confident.
Okay. Oh, okay. I just thought it would be more ironclad with your
children.
with your loopholes and your contracts and stuff.
Yeah, he got overly confident. If he hadn't been singing about his fire his cheeky little fire in the woods,
He's a dirty boy.
They wouldn't have known.
Okay.
So he built himself. So he gave the loophole away.
Mm-hmm.
Dickhead! I'd have just gone and collected. I don't care.
You told me that halfway through this.
Yeah, I took about 10 hours telling you that though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to edit that down. We've gone back to the original of sorts, where we've got short guy villain.
Yeah. Why does Shrek like its villains short?
You know what? I'm there for it. I think the villain's good.
I think he's one of the best things in this.
You do?
Yeah, I think he's genuinely a little bitch and you want to smack him. Do you know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
And he's camp as well. I love that. I love his wigs. They're fabulous.
The guy who plays Rumpelstiltskin isn't an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be now, but this is probably his first. You know, in Pixar movies where they just go, okay, the animators just do it themselves. Mm-hmm. Like Doug from Up isn't a voice actor, it's one of the producers. And Edna Mode's like the director of that movie. A similar thing has happened here.
So everybody, guys, James wants a role on the next Pixar film.
I'm just saying, like, Shrek 5, it can't be finished. If I chuck some money in, what do I get out of that? Maybe I offer my first unborn child.
You can for me.
Okay, cool.
So I'm fine with that.
But what if they never had a child?
If they never had a child, then you shit out of luck.
Oh, okay. I fully understand the nursery rhyme now.
It's not a nursery rhyme.
I don't know what it is.
The fairy tale.
Oh, it's the fairy tale. I don't mind the villain in this. He's not in it enough. Mm-hmm. This is Walt Dawn is doing the voice. It feels weird that DreamWorks would go, we're not giving that to a celebrity voice.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the celebrity voices we've already had have not had much to really do.
Timberlake was good. He had a speech at the end.
Oh, fucking shit.
It feels like if Shrek 3 was cutting corners on its cast by getting Timberlake, this one feels the opposite. This one feels like they've gone, well, what actors can we get for this amount of money? Most of the money will go on animation.
Which it should do, to be fair.
This film looks great.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's the best looking Shrek movie.
The second one, sorry.
In terms of animation.
Oh, yeah.
The second one suffers from a bit of, like, they can't really do human faces properly. Yeah,
if you look at the humans in the first Shrek, especially when they're getting their pitchforks together in the beginning, they look so stupid compared to how they look now.
Yeah. Well, we've come a long way. It's important.
Come a long way.
But we're not too sure where we've been. Julie Andrews is back. John Cleese is back. Now, there are plot holes in this movie.
There are fucking shit tons of plot holes.
Right? There's so many plot holes. I forget a few of them until we'll probably get to it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those where you're not supposed to really think about it.
It's a Shrek movie.
Yeah.
However,
we do. This is what we're doing right now.
This is the point of this.
Of this podcast is to talk about this shit.
Biscuits, Blurays, plot holes. Yeah, sure. But there's some good people in this. John Hamm rocks up for a bit. Jane Lynch, Craig Robinson, Kristen Schaal, who you like, the guide from What We Do in the Shadows, and that's about it. You see what I mean? It seems like they've just shrunk down the cast. Yeah. Quite a bit.
But I suppose you don't need to have a massive cast because it felt really overinflated in the last one. And to be fair, in this one, I still think there's a few too many characters.
I would agree. But this is a Shrek movie.
It is a Shrek movie.
Mike Myers.
Yes.
It's the Mike Myers hour. As Shrek, do you think he's sort of calmed down a little bit, or do you think he's getting tired of it?
No, I think he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Okay.
But I think it's, again, how the character's being portrayed in the films. He goes from being this is just a plot point in this, that he starts off this ogre that hates everybody. Mm-hmm. Then he falls in love. Love makes him all sweet. And he gets softer. And then he gets the family that he didn't want. But then it's all happily ever after.
Yeah. Shrek in this is having a midlife crisis.
He is, yeah.
Where he just misses the old days of being...
A bachelor.
No, but, well, yeah, sure. Bachelors are like this, aren't they?
Yeah, swimming around in your own filth.
What? Yeah, you're not wrong. Why would he miss the good old days?
I think he misses the kind of... Maybe there was a respect level that he had when people were scared of him.
Uh-huh.
That they left him alone, and that's what he wanted. If people feel like you're too approachable, they're in your space.
I see.
People can be quite rude, even if they don't feel like they are being rude.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes is it better for people to be scared of you?
Are people scared of us?
I'd like to think some people are.
But I think it's weird that Shrek, in the first one, he was pining for, no one knows me. No one really knows me.
Oh, God, he was. He was being a bit of a bitch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Onions are like layers. No one understands.
They judge me before they even know me. Mm-hmm. That's my Shrek. Do you like it?
Why do you sound more like David Tennant?
Oh, what are you doing? Get out of it. I'd walk 500 miles for your donkey. That's what he says.
This is why we've never done Sunshine on Leith.
It's probably a good idea that we've never done Sunshine on Leith. But yeah, he goes, no one knows who, people judge an ogre. Why does no one love me? And then in this one, everyone loves him and he hates it. Yeah,
it's like, oh, I don't like this. But again, it's because people don't seem to have a boundary with it. So like the people turning up outside his house. Mm-hmm. No one would fucking want that.
I think
even though it's the line that we like in this, do the raw.
Yeah,
that guy, Shrek says no,
I love you,
and he still carries on, and he's pushing and pushing and pushing.
I think that's a dig at being a celebrity.
Yeah.
The celebrities have got it too hard. The rich, the famous have got all the money in the world. Sometimes it's just nice to feel sorry for celebrities.
I can see what you mean on that, but people are still entitled to their privacy, and if they say no, no means no.
I appreciate. However, no, you got a swamp, mate. You got your own swamp. That's a lot of land as well, because no one's going to build around that.
No, but you still want people fucking turning up, just having a look at what your family are doing.
Going back to that, I like that you get to see Shrek and Fiona doing stuff in the swamp with the kids.
Yeah, and you see how Shrek feels that's very mundane.
However, Shrek enjoys being in a swamp, bad smells, eat rats, whatever. Mm-hmm. But is ogre poo and baby nappies just off the menu, is it?
Yeah, no.
Are we drawing the line there, are we?
Yeah, because they cry when they poop, and they poop when they cry. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a line from the third one.
It's from the third one. See, it all connects.
It all connects. I just thought, that's weird. Mm-hmm. The ogres have a bit of decorum about them.
Yeah, but I'd say we don't mind poo, we don't mind farting, but you know what? If it's baby poo, different.
Yeah. So Shrek basically signs his life away he swaps a day to go back to the good old days for 24 hours.
Yeah, so he makes a deal with Rumpelstiltskin pants.
Or Rumpelstilts.
Rumpelstilts.
Yeah, Wumbly boys.
And he's silly and he's a bit goofy with it. It's like, well, just give me one day. It'll be one when you was a baby. You won't even remember. Because he thinks about his family initially. Because it's like, well, I don't want to give up a day where I've got kids. I don't want to be like giving up that sort of day. So he thinks about them initially. It's because he doesn't feel like there's any risk with doing it as a baby.
Yeah. However...
Guys, you should always read the fucking small print.
You've got to read the terms and conditions, guys.
If it's too good to be true, it probably fucking is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's careful what you wish for. Mm-hmm. There's a song lyric in there somewhere. There's one that comes in later on, I'll mention that one instead.
Well, it's the kind of the thing in life as well. Nothing's ever free.
That's true.
You might think it's free, but it's not.
No, it's not, is it? I've never had anything
for example,
free.
Right? This is completely going off topic.
Okay.
Think of Instagram, right?
Yes.
You use it for free. It's not really free.
What do you mean?
Think about how much advertisers and stuff
are
using it.
Oh, yeah.
It's all meant to get you to buy things.
So
it's a lot of it's to control. So you're not actually getting anything for free.
Commercialism.
Damn you.
I like that this film hints at a much more evil Rumpelstilts. You know when he's Shrek signing the contract? Mm-hmm. Rumpelstilts, his feet are growing out of his shoes. He's being like, oh, why are you sign my thing? Mm-hmm. And then it just doesn't do anything with it.
It's almost shocked that it's like, oh, you finished it. Oh, you did it.
Well, at this point, Rumpelstilts, no one trusts him. People know his name. He's quite famous, but he's a bit of a shark.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Like, if Pinocchio says no one wants your deals anymore, surely they know that he's going to give you some sort of backhanded crap deal.
But why wouldn't Shrek know that?
But I say, why wouldn't Shrek know?
Yeah. Shrek is dumb. Shrek is life.
Shrek is not love. Sorry, guys.
So we have I really enjoyed, my favourite scene in this by far is seeing Shrek be an ogre for the day.
You like the song?
Well,
and, yeah.
What's the song? Is it Top of the World Looking Down on Creation? Yeah, good song. But yeah, I like seeing him do that. But then, obviously, doesn't go well.
We do get an improvement on the soundtrack as well from the second one.
But not perfect, though.
No, but we do get some better shit.
We're not in the glory days, not even close. However, that song alone trumps anything.
Straight up. But you liked all the villager scenes. Is there a particular bit in that scene you liked?
I just like seeing Shrek fuck shit up. Is that too much to ask in these Shrek movies?
When he's in all those melons, it looks like he's not wearing a shirt. So I'd like to know if he was fully clothed when he was hiding in those melons.
He dresses up as a bride. He destroys a wedding. But
where was the bride?
Well, it's implied that he's eaten the bride.
This movie has a body count.
Does it?
Yeah.
I count.
If he's eaten the bride,
I count one witch and one goose.
We don't talk about the goose. That really fucked me off. Actually, at the end, that was not needed, and that upset me. I was like, "What the hell is this?"
The goose was clearly evil.
I don't give a shit.
All right.
I'm mad.
Okay, fine. You hate geese.
No, I don't hate geese.
You love geese.
You call me a silly goose.
You are a silly goose. So Shrek has given up his day. Well, Rumpelstiltskin has chosen to pick the day that Shrek was born.
Yeah.
To sort of fuck shit up.
So he fucks with the timeline, basically. So Rumpelstiltskin's like, oh yeah, I did take a day from you when you were a baby. I took your very first day. So if you're not born, you're fucked. So Shrek goes back to his swamp, and it's not there. It's not his home anymore. It's actually a hideout for the Resistance.
We later get donkeys. He still meets these characters.
Yeah.
Which I found odd. But then you would, if, you know...
Would you think he was always destined to meet some of these characters? Do you think there's a level of a touch of destiny in these movies?
I think so, and I think that's the message of the movie, is that like true love is so powerful that it transcends timelines. But like the true love a friend has for another friend, Donkey and Shrek, that transcends.
Yeah.
I think these people are always destined for each other.
Yeah, they're always destined to meet.
And I like that. I like that for them. I don't like it for Donkey, though. Poor Donkey.
Why?
He's a car radio in this. That's his job, is car radio.
Yeah, so it's implied that when Rumpelstiltskin takes that day and he fucks up the timeline, that he's basically become this dictator of Far, Far Away.
Yeah.
And everything goes to shit.
Because then, essentially, no one rescued Fiona from the castle, and the king and queen of Far, Far Away made the deal that everything would be okay, but they disappear.
What I want to understand is if they signed a contract to sign their kingdom over for Fiona to be okay, what exactly did that deal entail? Because she clearly wasn't okay. She clearly wasn't rescued.
No, she got out herself.
Because they never quite dwell on how that happened. So did he make it happen where she was able to leave herself, so she got herself out of that situation?
Maybe. Or maybe she could fight the dragon or something. Because the dragon later appears on Rumpelstiltskin, is the villain in this.
But it never quite stipulates on what exactly the king and queen signed, other than signing their kingdom over. They did it in exchange for something else.
Yeah.
We never see how that happened, because Fiona...
What's the view like?
It's still fucked over, do you know what I mean?
What's the view like from down there, babe? Down the plot hole you've just fallen down. Do you like Fiona in this?
She's more sassy in this.
Cameron Diaz must have paid the writers a little bit more money.
Yeah, they've given her a weird Scottish kind of vibe, though.
Is that a problem?
I remember never really liking it, if I'm being honest, but I suppose they wanted to keep the green, maybe?
Well, I think it's the best colour to go with green.
Yeah, it goes very good with the red of the hair.
Yeah. She's great in this. I think those two characters in particular are. Mm-hmm. Maybe the main four, actually.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots has got a bit of a bum deal.
Yeah, so Puss in Boots is a pampered house cat.
It does feel like we're doing Shrek 3 again now. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, well, making Puss in Boots fat adds nothing to the story.
No.
It's just what's happened to this character this week.
Yeah, it doesn't add anything there other than he knows everything about Fiona.
Yeah.
So when Shrek's saying all these crazy things, obviously they think he's nuts because he's spouting on about how they're married, and that's not something they're obviously aware of because they're in a completely different timeline. They don't know who this weird fucker is. Mm-hmm. But Puss in Boots knows all the secrets, so when Shrek starts spouting them off, he's like, oh shit, you must be a true love if you know all this.
You must be Los Kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why Puss in Boots exists there. But why fat, I don't know.
Why not?
Maybe it's alleged that if he was fat, if he wasn't fat, he wouldn't be there. Who knows?
But he had But he was still Puss in Boots in until he met Fiona, and then Fiona was just girl bossing it that he didn't need to Puss in Boots.
Who knows?
If you've got Puss in Boots on your side, you keep him trim.
You keep him lean, yeah.
Yeah, treat him mean. But I like having him here. What do you? So the only way to sort this out is by true love's first kiss. This again?
Yeah.
Why always this?
Because they fucked it in because it worked in the first one, and it worked in the second one. The third one didn't do it, so they went, you know what, let's do it again.
Let's do the same. Yeah.
It worked for the first two films. People liked them ones.
Yeah, people like this one.
But I suppose it makes sense when you think of curses and spells in fairy tales. It's often broken by true love's kiss.
Absolutely it is.
So it's going back to the fairy tale kind of trope as well.
Yeah. I do feel like we're sort of running low on fairy tales to take from. Even just slightly. I think something like King Midas is mentioned.
He's mentioned, yeah. But as soon as she said, oh, it worked, Rumpelstiltskin's magic worked for King Midas, of course it did, because we all remember that story.
This is where Jade tells me about the King Midas tale, because I don't remember that.
You remember King Midas? He wants everything that he touches to turn to gold.
That's not a fairy tale.
That's like a fable, isn't it?
It's a fable, yeah. So
They're going more fable-ified.
nothing wrong with that. Quite like that.
But that wouldn't have worked well for him, though, because that story doesn't work well for him.
Goldfinger. That's how that'd work.
Yes.
Yeah. Quick thing. How did King Midas ever sort that shit out?
I don't think he did. I don't remember how it ended, but like he touched his wife and she turned to gold.
Oh, okay.
So that's the thing. He couldn't touch anything. Everything he tried to eat turned to gold.
Oh.
Yeah, so he fucked it, basically.
Did he touch his peen?
Turned to gold.
Turned to gold.
When he went to the toilet, he couldn't use his hands.
Can't scratch your face or nothing.
Well, he turned to gold. He turned to gold, yeah. So he fucked that.
I bet he stank. Yeah.
You get cash for your gold. I bet he could have made some fucking money.
I bet he was rich. I'd go around touching everything though. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, if I'm going, Do you like all the other ogres?
No.
Why not?
I just didn't care. I've never cared for it.
Okay.
I think they tried to make that chef a character that you care about.
The guy with the chimichanga stand?
But we didn't need it.
No, we didn't need it. It was nice to have it.
We've already got the jokey characters. I don't need him there.
Yeah.
But I can see why people liked it.
I like it a lot. That's my favourite joke in it, I think.
And because she's got this, because Fiona's got this resistance as well, that are fighting against Rumpelstiltskin, they were going to have some characters that they wanted to kind of move away from the pack.
Oh, absolutely. The problem is though, Fiona doesn't love him in this timeline because he's a stranger.
She doesn't know him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sad.
But so they've got to fall in love all over again.
The tone of this film is a bit all over the place.
It's a bit more serious, I think.
Yeah, I agree. What's that up there?
It's not the stakes.
Oh, the stakes.
They're not up there.
Get them down.
They're not up there.
The stakes are high. He's only got 24 hours, remember? He's only got one day to sort this out.
You're making someone fall in love with you in 24 hours.
Yeah.
I did it.
Whoop. Yeah, that's easy. How would you do it?
Same I did you. I just kissed you.
True love's first kiss. And then I became an ogre forever.
You already were.
What? Don't like that.
No, you give off more Puss in Boots / donkey vibes.
Thank you.
You're a mix of both.
Thank you.
Because you sing a lot when I've not asked for it.
Yeah.
You're a bit like a jukebox, a bit like Donkey is.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Do I look a bit scraggly? I do need a haircut, to be fair.
Oh, I like you looking like a mop.
Shut up. This all works out, though.
Yeah, so spoiler, it all works out in the end.
Can you imagine if it didn't?
So Shrek realises instead of trying to woo Fiona by trying to be romantic, it's not what she wants, it's not what her passion is in this timeline. It's by working together to stop Rumpelstiltskin. But in the meantime, we get another character that grooves in. Who's that, James?
That's the Pied Piper.
You do like the Pied Piper?
Billy Piper. Yeah, I do like the Pied Piper in this. You were like, why is he gliding in? Why is he gliding in?
Oh, weird, yeah.
And I was like, rat hoverboard. Don't even worry.
Rat hoverboard.
Rat ride. Rat race.
Rat restaurant.
Sure. Yeah, I liked him a lot. It was weird that he wasn't talking. Everything he was doing was
via flute.
Yeah. That can only get you so far. However, I don't think the flute is the best instrument to boogie down to.
Oh, I beg to differ. Have you heard those medieval mixers on YouTube?
Oh, actually, you've got a point. I do like his flute version of Shake Your Groove thing.
Yeah, when they were all like, we can't stop dancing, and that's how the ogres all get trapped again by Rumpelstiltskin. Because he sends old Pipey Boy.
Shrek, essentially, all the ogres get trapped by Rumpel. So Shrek essentially makes a deal with Rumpel and says, right, I'm here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so in the meantime, Rumpel's done a very very cutesy little video to everyone in the land to say, I'll give you a wish. No strings attached. If you can bring me Shrek.
Yeah.
So Shrek's like, you know what, I'm going to bring myself.
Yeah, free wish. And he uses that wish not for everything to go back to the way it was, but for Fiona's sake. He puts Fiona first. That's sweet.
It is sweet, but surely you could have erased everything by just going back to normal.
I think it works like Genie does in Aladdin.
Oh, you can't make... Yeah.
I imagine the T's and C's are a bit like more ironclad on that.
No more wishing for more wishes.
Don't wish for more wishes. Ixnay on the wishing for more wishes. I can't bring anyone back from the dead. Can't make anyone fall in love. The usual stick. Infinite genies. Yeah, that's nice though that he wished that for her. Put his life on the line. It's about fucking time, actually.
And then that's made her realise, oh, actually, this guy's willing to do anything for me. That's attractive.
But the thing is, like, he knows so much, though. Even in the scene in the middle of the movie where she's like, well, Puss has told you all this. There's so many minor details that she'd have to go, well, yeah, that is my husband in another universe.
But it's also creeping me out. Who the fuck?
Yeah, but also, smash.
Let me smash.
Let me smash. I think they catch Rumpel quite easy.
Yeah. But I was ready for the movie to tie up by then.
Yeah. I think it ties up very quickly.
Yeah, I was ready.
Also, witches. This isn't a fairy tale. Does water kill witches in fairy tales?
It does in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's not a fairy tale.
No, but everyone knows, I think, The Wizard of Oz with the, I'm melting, what a world.
Oh, what a world!
Because they use that line, don't they, in this?
Shout out to The Wizard of Oz for being the movie we've quoted the most in this season.
We really have.
Fucking Tom and Jerry.
Wizard of Oz month.
Wizard of Oz, Wizard Watch. Shrek does a full Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Sad.
So Fiona's like, oh my god, actually, we had such a good time together. I'm going to kiss you now.
Yeah. And then she doesn't turn.
No, so it goes into the morning, and she's still an ogre, so True Love's first kiss has arrived. She doesn't do that fancy shit. She does it first one, though, where she goes up in the air.
Yeah, but Shrek's just done it. They can't both do it.
Everyone can do it.
What? Donkey can do it. Okay, why not? Good times. Yeah, and then it all works out.
It goes back to normal. They go back to the party where Shrek's roaring. And then actually...
Daddy.
And then he's happy.
Yeah.
It's all happy families. Then they go into some musical medley.
Yeah. And it's I'm a Believer one more time, because we've not heard that 1,000 times. So good.
No.
Good movie.
It's not like we're going to hear that all year either.
I know. Oh well.
It's a banger of a song.
Oh, absolutely. They mentioned like Shrek says, oh, I didn't know what I had till it's gone.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's a banger. That's a Counting Crows, Joni Mitchell banger. Big Yellow Taxi. Yes, please. Just thought I'd mention that.
Put a parking lot.
Yeah. And then, back in the swamp. Good old time. The goose.
Right.
What's your beef with the goose?
That goose was just chilling there. And Fiona had to start screaming, and the goose puffed into nowhere.
Well, she did the thing she did in the first one.
And Rumpel's in his cage, and he's like, oh, my goose.
Yeah.
That's still that guy's pet. I'm sorry. That was mean. That was really cruel.
I saw an Instagram video of that clip, and someone said, can you imagine your pet being killed in front of you, and then you just have to dance for eternity?
Yeah.
Just afterwards. It's like, that's a horrible fate they've given him.
Yeah.
But it's better than being crushed by a mirror ball?
Well, it's quick.
Yeah, no, but like...
But yeah, I don't know if Shrek was thinking about that when it did it, but I don't know, because Shrek's been cruel before.
He's an ogre.
No, the films have been cruel before.
Well, exactly, yeah. Why do you care about this bird more than the other bird that exploded in the first movie? Because that one had kids. I
know, it's a bit of a dark humour there, but it's the fact they killed it in front of Rumpel.
Well, yeah.
And he holds his arms out like, don't do that.
Yeah, and then he's boogieing down.
And that's just it. That made me sad.
Okay.
Because I was like, I was more invested in that goose.
We did get a bit of a Deadpool Wolverine Green Day vibe with the post-credits on this.
Yeah.
Where we sort of went through the journey on...
Yeah. Another turning point, folks stuck in the road.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. However, there's some characters in that you were like, where is that character?
Say some. There was one in particular that was missing.
Who was quite important.
In one of the films.
The previous movie. Mm-hmm. Artie, King Arthur, Justin Timberlake.
I suppose he had no moments in any of the films that felt iconic.
He didn't do anything.
No, whereas all the other bits it was showing then, like in the end credits bit, were all iconic moments I think people can remember when they think of the Shrek films. No one remembers Artie at all.
Well, no, because he
he's
fucking
shit.
sucks.
But like they could have done the bit where he picked up the crown and put it on his head, but no, they didn't do any of that.
Yeah, we had Farquaad, Fairy Godmother was in there, Prince Charming was in there.
Also, why the fuck wasn't he at the kid's birthday party?
What do you mean?
Fucking shit nephew he is.
Oh yeah, actually, he's the king.
So, kings can do what they fucking want.
Yeah, you've got a point.
He could have been there.
What a waste of
If
Julie Andrews.
the Dowager Queen was there, then he could have been there.
Oh, the Queen was there as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Are you looking forward to Shrek 5? Has this put you in a better mood for Shrek 5?
I'm a bit nonplussed about Shrek 5, if I'm being honest.
Where do you think these films should have stopped? If anywhere?
I feel like it was always going to get a third one.
Okay.
I feel like the fourth one we got, that was enough. It did the creditsy crap at the end, like for example, the last Twilight film did.
What happens?
So this is a reminder of all the things that you saw in the previous film.
These are all the good times we've had with our friends and family.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
These are all these characters you might have forgotten about. We didn't need anything else. I think it ended it on this is Shrek with his family. He's finally happy with what he's got. A lot of the loose ends have been tied up. Leave it there. But no, we're doing Shrek 5 because we need to see how those kids ended up when they were older.
Bear in mind...
Said no one ever.
So, it's weird that the Toy Story movies have had 4. And these have had 4. Both of which have a sequel coming out next year. I think that's why. I think it's a DreamWorks Disney thing again.
Well, at the moment, I think people still have a lot of love for Toy Story, and I feel like the trailer for Shrek 5 has alienated a lot of fans. I feel like a lot of people have gone very Sonic-esque on it.
It is just a teaser.
It is. And a lot can change, guys.
A lot can change, absolutely. I do think they should stick with it, though. Like, if you're going to do it, like, put your foot down and be like, well, we've made a banger over here. Just wait. I'm going to wait until, like, fucking opening night. But Toy Story 5, I'm nonplussed about. None of these films should exist anymore.
No, it's like I feel like Toy Story ended it in a good place as well.
But on the third one, Toy Story, for that work, that's a great...
It ended on a good place, on the third one.
And whereas Toy Story 4 feels like the Shrek 3 of that franchise.
Did you like Toy Story 4?
I like it, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
But I like this, and I don't need it.
It's almost like these studios are saying, look, we still have movies that are relevant and people like.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're rehashing something now that they don't need to do. It doesn't. Again, you're right. They don't need to exist.
I'm not sure if it's on me.
Why?
That maybe, like, it's not the films that the problem. It's maybe my opinion on these films have changed.
You're the issue.
I've grown up.
Everybody, James is the problem.
So, Shrek 4, better than Space Jam?
About the same, I think.
About the same, okay. Better than Shrek 3?
Yes.
Better than Shrek 2?
No.
Okay.
Nothing's better than Shrek 2.
Not even first Shrek 1?
No.
That's the name of that movie.
No, while I do like the first one, Shrek 2 will always be peak. What about you? How do you rank them?
Well, do your ranking first, and I'll let you.
2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 4, 3.
That's exactly mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an improvement on the last, but I don't need it. But I'll never not watch it. If we ever do this again, where we just watch all the Shrek movies, I imagine we will, because Shrek 5's coming.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to turn my nose up at this one. I'll turn my nose up at number 3.
Yeah, but if anything, I'm going to get rid of number 3. But there's parts of number 3 I like.
Like?
The princesses.
Oh yeah, good point.
Like, the princesses are even in the fucking end credits of this.
Oh, they are, aren't they? Artie's not.
But Artie, no, but Snow White, however.
Yeah. Who did Justin Timberlake piss off at this point? Didn't he date Cameron Diaz at some point now?
Did he?
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think this is better than Space Jam, but I don't think it's perfect. I think it's sweet.
Yeah, I think it brings together the whole family kind of dynamic, and I think people can watch it as families. It's nice, it's harmless.
Yeah. This is a fun little fact that I think ties this off quite nicely. The flute solos played by the Pied Piper were played by Jeremy Steig, a well-known flautist, and his father was...
Rumpelstiltskin.
What? No, but his father was William Steig, the author of the original Shrek.
Aww, cute.
We've gone full circle.
It all connects.
Yeah. So, here, son, I'm going to write a book, and then later you're going to try and kill him. The Shreks are over. I guess we'll see what happens next. What happens, Shreks? So yeah, that's the end of season 5 as well.
Woo! We got there, and exciting times for season 4.
Wait.
6.
What?
What season are we in?
This is the end of season.
We had fun. We had seasons in the sun. Which one's this?
This one's number 4. We're going into 5.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yay, season 5.
We might have another bonus episode to sort of...
We will.
Yeah. Because we forgot it was coming out so soon, so we have to talk about it.
We didn't forget. James forgot.
I'm not very good at planning stuff around the calendar. This is a problem for me.
Calendars are a wife duty.
Yes, exactly. And you're not doing a duty.
I am.
So yeah, we'll have one more for you. But that will...
And then it gets exciting.
And then we start filming them and you get to see our faces.
You get to see me with my restless leg syndrome and constantly messing about with
This is why I've got mics that attach to our clothes.
I know, guys. So I have to. This is going to sound really odd. I have to be like holding like a fidget something in my hands.
Uh-huh.
At the moment, I've got a little like pop version of David from The
Lost Boys. Yeah, little Kiefer Sutherland.
Because we all need Kiefer in hand.
Sutherland. We bought new chairs and tables for this to stop this restless leg thing you have. And I've noticed all the way through this episode, it's been happening still.
Yeah.
So these chairs don't work.
I'm doing it anyway because I'm in a conversation, but you probably won't be able to pick it up anymore.
Which is probably a good thing. Because I'm sick of editing that bad boy out.
Okay.
But onwards and upwards.
Yay!
Yeah! So yeah, thanks for listening to our Shrek-tacular episodes.
Yes.
We've got more Shrek in this year, but us personally.
Yes, Shrek will be life for us very shortly.
Shrek will be love for us very shortly. But yeah, revisit the Shreks. Have you had a good time revisiting the Shreks?
I've had a really good time revisiting them. They're harmless, aren't they?
Well, 3 of them are.
No, I think they all are, to be fair.
Nah.
I don't think they're the worst watchers.
One of them is.
No, but we've done quite a few. I feel like we've gone through quite a few films recently now.
We've done a lot of franchises recently.
We have. We did The Evil Dead at the weekend. We did 5 films in one day.
Yeah. We started this year off with Sonic as well.
I know. My God.
That was good. You had a good time.
I know. It won't be long before we have to do the Hunger Games again.
Oh, there's a new book out, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, do we have to do Hunger Games on the podcast?
I feel like we need to do Twilight for the podcast.
People have asked for Twilight, but I think we're way off that because I can't be asked to talk about them.
But they're so bad.
Yeah, I know. But also, I want to see that fucking weird baby puppet thing.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to get like a book of poor lines. The Book of Twilightisms.
I'm gonna pick up random quotes from it. I've never read it. I'm not going to.
Or like 50 Shades of Grey. Which one would you be more inclined to doing?
Twilight.
Over 50 Shades?
Yeah.
It's only 3 50 Shades.
Let's get werewolves and vampires in that one. 50 Shades is...
50 Shades started out as
Twilight fan fiction. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Ugh, God, what a downgrade.
Oh, what an exciting time you guys are going to have in the future.
I'm not sure what order our season 5 is going to be either. So, who knows?
Anything can happen.
We'll finish the Star Wars. We need to get back into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Good times.
Last Jedi.
Yeah, that's Jedi. And also,
Rise
Skywalker.
Your favourite.
My least favourite.
Your favourite.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that again. God, that film fucking sucks. Anyway, this has been Shrek-tacular. Good times.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.